slow down. Better represent when we come to your town. So lay back, slow down. What you represent when we come to your town? Say, get in with the business, I'ma be there in a minute. I just booked a Paris ticket, thinking Russia need a visit. I'ma run it to the limit, and me on my way to Venice. LA got the people saying, Brooklyn saying, Hacienda saying, Vegas saying, Rio saying, Tokyo saying, Down Under saying, Miami saying, Jamaica. Every city, every state, every country you know, all around the globe. Every city, every state, every country you know, this is how it goes. Tell them where I'm at, from the plaque to the everything fat, got muzzled on a track. My girls all stacked. When I roll down the window, let me know where you at. Atlanta, North, South, Kekalak, Texas Grill, Cadillacs, through Miami, then back to London, Jamaica, then France. The whole world took effect to fart. Tell them, lay back, slow down. Better represent when we come to your town. So lay back, slow down. What you represent when we come to your town? Say, get in with the business when I come from Kansas City. Hit Manila till it's Christmas, out to India. Visit Puerto Rico, is this wizard? Bring my people back to Venice. LA got the people saying, Moscow saying, España, Kingston saying, San Diego saying, Chateau saying, Dominique saying.
Two teams, two conferences. It's a road game for the Bulls in this one.
All right, ready to go?
And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. So for Chicago right now, Rose is the one with Butler as the two. Gibson is the four with Gasol at the five. And it's Dunleavy in the small forward. And here we go. Fast break. Barnes has got it. Curry's shot is off. Golden State on D. Gasol kicks to Dunleavy. From outside, off the mark. For a franchise that had so much success under his tenure, there was sure a lot of friction with Tom Thibodeau, and the Bulls front office surprised a lot of people, I know, including yourself.
Yeah, you know, it's not something that you see often, a winning coach at odds with his GM and president. With how often their differences came up, though, you knew something was afoot.
Here's Butler. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the knee.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. I mean, he had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
And he sinks the second. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. To the paint. It's deflected. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gasol.
Well, close to picking that one off.
Still a nice play to make sure that pass didn't reach its target.
They double-team Curry. He feeds it to Green. Shot clock at 6. Thompson from long range.
Early on, 3 misses to open the game. Their offense right now still trying to find its way.
Gibson dishes to Butler. Rebounded by Bogut.
This is not the slam dunk contest. You don't get do-overs. You got to finish the job.
And it doesn't really matter who starts the break with how he runs the floor. He seems to always be the one who finishes it.
Yeah, he is so fun to watch and how he attacks the rim at full speed like that, man. It's something to behold the way that guy gets to the rim.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
Yeah, it's got to be concerned with all the missed shots here. And every team goes through cold streaks. You just got to figure out a way to stay productive.
And the best way to do that when you're missing shots is to get to the foul line. Be aggressive, get to the foul line, and knock down some of those freebies, and the tide can turn for you.
Now here's Rose. In the corner, Gibson with it. It's stolen by Curry. Now the Warriors moving it up. Barnes with the ball.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close. Well, you know, last season Steve Kerr came into a good situation, but a touch awkward. The team wasn't 100% on board with the firing of the previous coach, but he won them over in a hurry.
Green, the screen. Curry, good.
Always a threat, guys. Three-point land that time was seriously expanded in the gym range.
Way beyond the line there. That's just a sweet stroke.
Here's Dunleavy. Stolen by Thompson. And oh, here we go with Green. Nobody best.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up.
And finished off by Gasol.
Did not need two hands for that slam.
You know, he can save the other hand for the next time.
One will do just fine.
Yeah, but just to switch it up a little bit.
Greg, Steve Kerr did win over the locker room in a hurry last season. They had finished a successful run under Mark Jackson. Winning accelerates everything. They certainly bought into it.
They really did. And people don't often appreciate how difficult it is to come into a situation where expectations are that high. But he also went out of his way to empower his players and really give them some accountability. Didn't try to hide anyone on defense and played to the strengths of his team on the offensive end.
So many great statistics are available to demonstrate just how dominant the Warriors were last season. My favorite is, GA, their point differential.
You know, to be able to beat your opponent by double digits on average is something only 8 teams have been able to do in the history of the league.
It's amazing. Pull up Jay, and he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Curry's got 5.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Gasol kicks to Butler. Offensive rebound. Another shot. And Gasol with the lay-in. Gasol's got his second basket of the game. Now here's Curry. 5 points in the game. This is to Green. Butler with the steal. Kicks it out to Gibson. Dunleavy for 3. It's a tie game here in Oakland. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And the Warriors, guys, what jumps out to you in this game, stats-wise?
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
Thompson is the 2 with Barnes at the 3. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. And it's Curry in its point. That's the group for the Golden State Warriors to start the second quarter. Mirotic's shot is off.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
And here's Barnes for 3. Good, and Curry gets the assist. And that's now 7 points for Barnes. Brooks against Thompson. Noah with a screen for Brooks. Down low. Counted, and the Warrior lead has been cut down to 1 on the bucket from Noah.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
Green passes to Bogut. Thompson misses.
I tell you what, he has quite the act to follow, but Fred Hoiberg was a quick choice for the Brass in Chicago. Signed that 5-year deal over the summer, was easily one of the most in-demand coaches available.
Here's McDermott. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
That's got to be job number 1 right now. Nothing easy on the inside.
Here's Bogut. Here's Green. And it's blocked by Mirotic. And Butler, here we go. He dishes it to Mirotic. Brooks, that's a 2-pointer. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Bogut's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Well, Greg, for Hoiberg, it's his first job as an NBA head coach. Now, we know he played. He's been a part of an NBA front office. Clarkie came from Iowa State, where he honed his coaching skills and was highly respected.
Yeah, very much respected, particularly as an offensive coach. And we know the Bulls are pretty solid defensively, and he'll be looking to ramp up that offensive approach for that team, and I think he will.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Portis comes in for Mirotic, and Moore subbed in for McDermott.
And no doubt last season the Bulls were clearly preparing for the playoffs. They played their rookies but added a lot of playoff seasoned veterans to that roster.
And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Chicago.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
Brooks. No one near him. Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Bogut. Always going up for the alley-oop here. And it's Barnes slamming it down.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And guys, mark that play right there, because that could be the one that leads to a surge to break this thing wide open.
Here's Portis. 6 on the shot clock. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. Shot from the wing. And the jumper is good. As you mentioned, the Bulls added veteran leaders last season. Pau Gasol was the notable one. 11 Bulls. Clark had playoff experience prior to their postseason run the season ago.
And that's invaluable, Kevin, to have that kind of experience. I mean, having Gasol, 2-time champion in the locker room, big, as is having almost a dozen guys who understand the intensity and the details that playoff basketball require.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Shot from 12. Shot is off. Nice D from Bogut. Warriors trail by 3. Golden State moving it around. Curry against Moore. Here's Curry. 5 points in the game. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. From deep. 12 seconds left in the first half. It's tipped. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Dunleavy for 3. What a play! Simply trains it in at the... And so we conclude the first half. Bulls out front as they end the second quarter on a 15-6 run. We're going to step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after our halftime. Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. One of the stories here, Harrison Barnes getting it done today.
Unbelievable the way he dominated that offensive glass in those first two quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Guys, you've heard me say it before, but persistence pays. And it takes that kind of persistence to be a successful offensive rebounder. As a fellow glass eater, I know of which I speak. Those guys that rebound effectively don't give up on it.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. One of the stories here, Harrison Barnes getting it done today.
You know, and as effective as he was at slashing to the hoop in that first half, even better at finishing once he got there.
Guys, we saw some amazing dunks from him. I can't imagine he'll be able to top those in these last two quarters, but I'd love to see him try.
So for Chicago right now, Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. Butler, team to Dunleavy on the perimeter, and it's Rose in at the 1 spot. Out to Thompson. Fires the 3. Passes it to Bogut. Rose again. It's Curry. Three-pointer. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
It has not been an ideal start to the second half. They've missed 3 of their first 4.
And really, the Warriors had an amazing regular season last year. Just from a historical standpoint, it was one of the best ever.
And the 3 ball is good. Curry's got 8 points.
Talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up. Why are they leaving him open at the 3-point line? Come on.
Now here's Gibson. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. Last season, the Bulls were a tough matchup. Solid margin of victory for them, and never looked overwhelmed, Clark.
Yeah, you know what? They're a team that's even-keeled, the type of team that can win anytime they take the floor. They have a system that works and good talent, that actually excellent talent to make it special. And that combination is a winning one.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Mirotic is checked in for Gibson. Doug McDermott comes in for Mike Dunleavy. And Moore subbed in for Jimmy Butler. And here is Moore after the 3-pointer from Stephen Curry. Here's Moore. Green with the block. And he's able to get it back to the inside for the lead. And Mirotic sends it back. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession. Joakim Noah is checked in for the Bulls. For Chicago, they've gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half.
And you talk about the Bulls being able to beat anybody in the league. They did. They did that last season. One of only 3 teams to register 1 win against every other team in the league back in 2015.
Barnes kicks to Thompson. And there's the feed to Bogut. Clock at 6. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
And, you know, getting back to that point about the Bulls beating every team in the league, only the Spurs and Warriors were the other teams to do that. Goes to show just how tough last year's Bulls squad was.
For Chicago, they have shot 67% from the line tonight, going 4-6. Chicago making a switch here. Holiday's checked in.
Well, I tell you, the Warriors roster fit together hand in glove. They were led by the Splash Brothers, but the front court and the bench really complemented the rest of the team perfectly because all of the players for the Warriors were extremely versatile and highly skilled.
Chicago making a switch here. Brooks checked in. Noah kicks to McDermott. Brooks with it. Picked up by Thompson. Holiday dishes to Noah. Shoots from the line. And it's off the back rim. No good. As you're talking about the Warriors, you know, they were built to play with each other last year. The bigs could all pass very well, and that set up the three-point threats.
And then even on the defensive side, I mean, they had players that really complemented each other. I mean, some undersized power forwards who countered with rim protectors. I mean, they also had the length at every perimeter position to switch on any play. So they are equally as adept on that side of the ball.
To the middle. Here's McDermott. And that one is stuffed right through.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that. Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep. Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. Chicago also making some changes. Portis comes in for Mirotic. And it's Dunleavy in for Doug McDermott. There's Portis. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Iguodala kicks to Livingston. 3/4 of play in a close game here. Warriors lead by 1. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the 4th quarter. And we're set to start the action up here in the 4th quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. Maurice Spates out there with Iguodala. Then there's Barbosa. And there's Livingston. And it's Ezeli in at the 5, home in the paint. So that's the group out there for Golden State.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Barbosa against Rose. There's the pick. Ezeli kicks to Spates. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rose. Here's Barbosa. Pass to Ezeli. They double him with Butler. 4 on the shot clock. That's good.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Outside Rose. To the inside. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for the Warriors.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And I also love what they've done defensively in terms of closing out to the shooters, getting a hand up, just making them feel a little uncomfortable on the offensive end.
And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. Curry with it. And Rose picks him up defensively. And he gets it back. That drops. 6 points for Draymond Green.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple.
Chicago calls timeout. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Well, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what the head coach of the Chicago Bulls was going over in his huddle. He told his guys, I know we can do this, fellas. Let's maximize every possession and get after it and just watch. Things will go our way. Kevin?
Here's Rose. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
That's really told the story today, guys. I mean, throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and then finish.
More active and more physical down low. That's what's really been the difference thus far.
Butler passes to Gasol. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
And that one's good.
And it looks like they left their defensive effort back in the locker room, guys. They just haven't had the same commitment here defensively in the second half.
Dunleavy. It's rebounded by Golden State. Bogut's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Thompson with the bucket.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
They get a hand on it. Outside Butler. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. 6 points for Butler.
And they'll be counting on even more points from him. That's essential if they're going to pull this game out.
Bogut kicks to Green. And it's good. Green's got the lead back up to 7 now for the Warriors.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
And Gibson kicks to Rose. Back to Gibson. For 3, Dunleavy. Green with the rebound. Green's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game. He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling. That's a brain freeze right there from the entire defense. Now is not the time to lose your focus.
Kevin, just enough presence to bother that 3-point attempt there.
Yeah, but for a guy that shoots it as well as he does, I'd say that is an easy look. You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. They've got to have better shot selection. And really, with every point from this point on, it seems like they're just closer to finishing this one off.
If they haven't already done it. I mean, hey, it's been a tremendous all-around performance from this group. I don't think there's any question about that.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
You know, there are a lot of bigger power forwards than him in the NBA, but very few that rise up like he can.
Now here's Rose. There's 18 seconds left in the game. The